everybody, welcome back to another morning word. Thanks for joining us this morning. For those new to this is where I share a couple-minute video really to share from my own personal Bible study. Why? Because I've seen God take me through my own personal valleys, real moments of darkness, but also take me to places that I never thought I would reach. Okay, moments of mountaintop highs. And I really believe that God wants to do that for you too. I believe that He wants to take you through your valleys and He wants to take you to your mountaintops. Why do I say that? It's because God left us His promise in His word. He said, I come to give you life and life more abundantly. And the way that we do that, God says, one of the ways that we can do that is by renewing our minds. And God says this, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if we can think like God, there is no valley that you cannot come through and no mountaintop that you can't reach. So let's really get into this morning. We're still reading from the book of 2 Samuel, which is the 10th book of the Bible, and we're going to be reading from chapter 19 verse 5, and it reads this. Then Joab went into the house of the king and said, today you have humiliated all your men who have just saved your life and the lives of your sons and your daughters and the lives of your wives. I'm going to call this morning's word personal confrontation. Now, King David was rightly openly sad that his son, if you listen to morning word 470, his son Absalom, who had started a rebellion, had been killed in battle. Now the army, David's army, had won against the rebellion, but it meant that his son had died, and obviously David was upset. Now Joab, who is King David's chief advisor and chief commander, was upset that David gave no praise, that his army went out, they had overcome this rebellion. Some of the men would have lost lives, and the only thing that Joab and his men could see, who had risked their lives to protect David and his wives and his family, was that he was more upset about his son rather than any form of praise for, obviously, for the army. Now Joab was taking a great risk here. Understand, you're going before the king, and the king, in his upset nature, in his personal confrontation, could have said, you know what, who are you speaking to? Off with your head. Get out of here, sacked, lost his job, lost his life, his whole means of making money. There's so many things that he could have lost, but he didn't shy away from that situation. He said, I'm going to do what's right. And this personal confrontation has to happen. And sometimes we can learn from that we're going to have to face personal confrontations in our life to move things forward, a situation that's not quite right. And that may be with children, a partner, a manager, a work colleague, whatever it may be. But to resolve that situation, you may be required to have personal conflict. So that really leads me to the question of the morning. The question of the morning is this. Are you prepared to face personal conflict? Are you prepared to face personal conflict? Here's the lesson of the morning. The lesson of the morning is this. In different relationships we will encounter, there may be times we have to be confrontational to move a situation forward. At times we may need to place ourselves in awkward, tense and potentially hostile situations to truly find peace. Here's the action of the day. Don't be afraid to be confrontational if required, to move a situation forward. Sometimes the only way you're going to get the peace that you desire is facing the conflict that will only last for a moment, but then you can have everlasting peace. Well, no, maybe not everlasting until the next confrontation. But listen, don't shy away from it. Sometimes you have to run towards it. So God bless you. As we always say with Gen Hope, God's gift to us is life. What we do with that life is our gift back to God. Thank you for joining us. Please obviously leave your comments. Let me know if what I'm saying to you is the same thing that God's saying to you in that same verse as well. Or do you agree? Or has it been a blessing to you? So leave a comment, but also subscribe so you can get these videos Monday to Friday, but also a wealth of other content on our Gen TV channel talking about fitness, well-being, motivation, and financial literacy. So God bless you and see you soon for another morning word. Bye-bye.